Yeah. Hey, Scott, can you weigh in on the president disclosing that he's prophylactically taking hydroxychloroquine and what you think about that? I assume his doctor had to prescribe it, so he must have discussed it with his doctor. And I have heard, not a lot, but I have heard anecdotally that some frontline medical workers have taken hydroxychloroquine prophylactically. Is there a reason to think it could be preventative? Do you think it's when the president says something like that, you have to offset, whether it could help someone with whether it's going to be used, in the wrong way where it could result in harm or death to someone that shouldn't be taking it? What did you think of the whole that whole saga that played out yesterday?
Yeah, well, you're right. Initially, a lot of doctors were taking it prophylactically, especially in Europe. That's what I was hearing off physicians. And a lot of doctors were prescribing it for patients off-label. I think they've pulled back based on what I'm being told, because a lot of the subsequent data hasn't been encouraging. There was a big study in Columbia Presbyterian, 2 studies published in the British Medical Journal last week. There was the VA study, all showing results that didn't demonstrate a treatment effect. And we want this to work, but it doesn't seem like it's working, at least in the studies that we have right now. There's a big European study where they took an interim look, and they allowed that study to continue to go on, so we know at least it wasn't hurting people. With respect to the president, my belief would be that he's at very low risk of contracting COVID. They're testing everyone who comes into contact with him. They're testing him very regularly. So I would hope that even if there was a drug that could provide some prophylactic value, some preventative value, the president himself wouldn't need to use it because he'd be in a bubble. He'd be well protected. Now, obviously, he made an independent decision with his physician about what to do. I just hope that they're protecting him very well in terms of his exposure to this virus, that people who are potentially infected aren't coming into contact with him.